All right, here we go. What's up, everyone? It's Monday, February 24th. My name's AJ Writes Crypto. Thanks for joining our show today. Got a lot to talk about. So, I mean, in terms of the charts, Bitcoin traded in about, I don't know, a 2-3% range for the past 3 or 4 days. The lack of volatility is certainly not the best metric. I got a couple really interesting charts I want to show you in this show. Also, got a handful of stories. We're going to talk about Kanye's crypto scam. Basically, let's look. It's like Hawk Tuah meets a dumpster fire with a lot more celebrity. I mean, come on, Trump is our president, and his meme coin is kind of a dinosaur tail. I think it'll officially be kept alive at some point because it's Trump. But like, if Trump failed and Hawk Tuah failed, and everyone that releases a coin in their own name never does well, let's just kind of, I wish there was a way to immediately short the Yeezy coin before it drops. But let's give it time. Let's see how it goes. Got a little bit to talk about there, but first we gotta talk about a couple important things. First of all, we have this new way J Chains and I can communicate. What's up? This looks good.
Hey, hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
Groggers.
How was your weekend, bro?
Oh, it was fantastic, man. I got a lot of things done. I know you and I were going to try to connect yesterday afternoon, but I found myself neck deep in a garage cleaning project, which those don't ever usually end well. And
No.
I got it. It took me the entire day, but I got it done, man. It was good. All in all, it was a great weekend, man. How about you?
Sweet. Cleaning the garage. Yeah, the weekend was good. I mean, yesterday, doing that portfolio. If you guys haven't seen the new portfolio video yet, definitely check it out. I did a crypto buy, knowing that kind of believing, okay, well, it's the second day. Bitcoin closed below the 50 on the daily. So I'm not surprised if things get worse, but I also decided to buy crypto despite that, because a lot of projects were still, 20-25% below my average buy price. So I'm thinking, all right, even if things go down, I'm still lowering my buy price from buying here, and like long term, even if it's immediately not an optimal buy, long term, anything you buy now is still a win, because you're buying in the golden pocket, basically. So
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like some things are down, what, like 2% today, 3%, maybe some more or whatever, right? But
yeah,
it all really depends on what you got into. But again, at the end of the day, the downside, things going down, is like much farther is you've got less of an opportunity, and the upside potential is far greater. And so,
right.
what's a few pennies here or there, right?
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you, like knowing where we're headed, the trajectory of the rest of this year,
Yes.
like the downside is nothing compared to where we're going.
It's a part of it. It's a part of it. And it's also just like, okay, if things drop again, I'll just keep lowering my buy price. That's fine with me, because I certainly know where we are. Mr. Mojo, interesting that your H bar bag is so small in the 250K portfolio. Well, it's important to understand that when I first started that bag, that I wanted to do something different than my normal. As you can see with that bag, there's a lot more coins in that bag. There's there's more kind of splash picks, but like kind of value mid risk picks in that bag too. And I wanted it to be different than all the portfolios I built before. I mean, I've built so many portfolios publicly, and of course we will go back and revisit some of the other ones, but it's one of those deals where, like, is every video going to be H bar, Algorand, Jasmine, VeChain, the graph? That's it. You know what I mean? I wanted to switch it up. And that's why. And I also ended up waiting, because I did the first buy before the Thanksgiving pump, and then things started consolidating as they went down. And then I bought 10,000 of Arrow and 10,000 of H bar at the same time to kind of see them race, because people were saying how, coins that are at a billion, that H bar is going to perform the coins that sit at a billion or whatever. And I was just like, I don't know about that. So let's just test it through exposure. But now it's one of those things that, still buying H bar now, you really are buying a top shelf coin with a large market cap. So there is a expectation level with H bar where I think buying more now, it's kind of like buying XRP now. It not exactly, but it feels the same, because they're both getting so large, where if you're really trying to catch those multiples, you really need to scroll down past the top 40 and find the coins that are 4 billion market cap or less. So I don't know. That's where I'm at with that. But So got a really big news. Let's talk about it right now. This hoodie that I'm wearing, get rich or get wrecked. It even has it on the inside of the thing. I'm a big fan.
Yo, that's sick.
Big fan of this hoodie. It just dropped. It just dropped. First Groger drop of the year. Could not be more excited about right here. Head over to my Twitter. Groger giveaway. 5 people who follow, like, retweet this tweet win this shirt plus 3 months of my Telegram Alpha group. If you're already in the group, we'll just add those 3 months onto your current subscription. This is the first drop of the year. Big shout out to David from Crypto Chips for the design. If you just want to buy the shirt, of course you can. It's at cryptochips.io. Just go to Web3 Apparel, click on hoodies, and you can buy the hoodie version or you can buy the t-shirt version. You can get whatever you want. So right, the hoodie is marked for 70, the t-shirt is 40, or you can win it for free over on my Twitter. 5 people who get involved are going to get that come up on the fresh new Groger shirt. So there we go. First Groger drop of the year. Super excited. I love the design. Love like the kind of astronaut holding the balloon. There's certain like we have a lot of really fun designs that are coming. This is not one of the drops that is, only 100 of them will ever be made kind of thing. We are going to do some of those, but we also want to have some stuff that people can get all the time. So this is one of the all the time drops, and we're going to bring back one of the drops from last year as an all the time drop too. I think it was the first one, the basic get rich or get wrecked, like with the white writing on the black shirt or hoodie. But those are super rad. And big shout out to David from Crypto Chips. Big shout out to you guys, the Groger community. We're getting rich or getting wrecked together. Hopefully it's not the second one. And super stoked on the community. So make sure you head over to my Twitter, get in on that giveaway, and there we go. Already got over 110 people on YouTube, more than that on Twitter. Appreciate all of you for being here, joining us on this fine Monday morning. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of the things. So let's like work on getting into the show. Quick housekeeping, really fast. I'll bring J Chains up here for this part. Where's the button? There we go. So Chains, today and Tuesday are the only days we're streaming today. After that, I'm going to ETH Denver. But I know that you're not going to ETH Denver. So what can since I won't be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where can the audience find you and what are you doing those days?
Oh, my G. Yeah. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Wednesday and Thursday, I got my 4 p.m. show. So we go, it's like very similar to like what you kind of do. News and numbers, look at some charts, try to find some opportunities in the market. And then on Friday morning, we've got Web3 breakfast. So it's usually our pizza party morning. It's just kind of a Twitter space that we do the live stream with. But it's just more of a fun community get together, talk about the week, what happened, what we're expecting over the weekend, maybe, a lot of future looking market statements that, just fun stuff.
Totally. Yeah. I love that. So
that's 9 a.m. Eastern on Friday morning. So 4 p.m. in the afternoon, 9 a.m. in the morning.
Sweet. Well, definitely, drop something in the chat so people can go follow and find you there. Certainly change volume. Okay, your volume is all the way turned up, and I don't know why. Just talk louder into that mic, I guess, because we got to get a different mic for you because we've been having that. I don't understand it.
You know what it is? Honestly, if you can't hear me, it's probably just the way that it works. Like if I ever go to like a place where I have to order to drive through, like if you go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, like the person never understands me and always gets it wrong. So I think it's me. It's not you guys. Don't worry. It's me. It's the tone of my voice.
It's not you.
It's so buttery smooth. You can't even hear it.
There it is. But yeah, sweet. And so make sure you guys head over there for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I will have some content coming while we're in ETH Denver. Obviously, we're going to the Karate Combat fight. Super excited for that. The homie Maka Flow defending that title. I still can't change. How do you pronounce his name again?
Arturo Vergara.
Arturo.
He's the champ, man.
Yeah, definitely. The crypto champ. He's the man. He's super cool. Jada and I hung out with him at the UFC fight in LA. And he's a killer.
He was there in LA. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, he sat with us for a while. Yeah, he's a really cool dude. And maybe I'll do an interview with him or something. But now the Karate Combat fight's gonna be a really good time. Always a good time at the conferences. If you see me at the conference, make sure you come say hello. All the things. I used to try to live stream during conference. It's such a waste of time. I'm sorry. I'm just going to make normal content and I'll be back Monday. I'll try my best to do a members only stream. If not, we'll make it up we'll do like an early one and a late one next week if I don't find time for it. But other than that, so all right, let's jump into the show. I could talk about the details forever. So set it over here. Coin Gecko, get a fresh refresh on here just to see 93.9 for Bitcoin coming down the hill. Dogecoin got beat up in the past 24 hours, 22.4. And it's funny because a lot of coins down 10%. It's funny because look right here, I measured this out. The measurement is still there. Bitcoin was trading in a 2% range at that measurement for 2 days and 6 hours. And I was just like, well, we're not trading this weekend because there's no volatility. Of course, if you were to kind of alarm that range held 2.2% range for 2 days and 19 hours. And anytime you see, a tight range like that, you just got to alarm that local low right here. And look, when that alarm goes off, ding, 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 and you're already up a 1% in like 90 minutes on a Bitcoin short. Anytime the range tightens, we're talking 2% range for almost 3 days. The break of that, we don't care about the range. We care about the break. And that was the trade right there. And I obviously have so many charts I want to go over. But first, we have a handful of stories we got to get through today before we get there. This I'm going to start with this headline because I like talking headlines like this. ADA hitting $10 is very realistic. Oh my God.
Come on, dude. If ADA is gonna hit $10, XRP is. Let's go.
Oh my God. Here we go again. Here, $10 card. Who said this bullshit? Where's his name? Where is his name? I don't see his name yet. Oh, oh man. Oh, Dan. Come on, Dan. And guys, don't get me wrong. I love Cardano. I have Cardano. I just bought Cardano yesterday publicly. I like the project, but it's important to have realistic expectations. I mean, guys, we're talking if Cardano was to go to $10, we're talking a $359 billion market cap. And that's not like completely crazy. To call a 13x from here and it's for a top 10 project is just like, it just hurts me. Well, the only reason I'm saying this stuff, I don't want to be the bear. I don't, I'm forever the pragmatist. But at the end of the day, the reason I kind of beat up these stories is because I don't want you guys to think that is the Bible. I don't want you guys to think Cardano is going to 10 no matter what and not take any profits at $5 or $6 because then we're going to 10, and then it goes to 5 or 6. That's the top, and you ride it to the bottom without taking any profit. So if you want to, kind of titrate as you sell up the hill and leave some exposure in case it moonshots, okay. But if you hold your entire bag expecting that much, that's how you ride it to the bottom. And that's the last thing I want to see happen to my audience. So that's why I'm always kind of beating up these stories. And people like this, Dan got caught Dan got caught on this story. Nothing against Dan, but it's just like those stories get clicks. Those stories get attention. And of course, there's literally an article written about that story on ZY Crypto, which is why do you think he's saying this because he really thinks that, or is he saying this to get attention? It's a very important distinction. Of course, it's all for attention. That's the name of the game. But to deceive, to talk beyond the realm of possibilities in the name of clicks, it makes me mad. It makes me mad. All right, moving on. Crypto VC funding drops to bear market levels in February. And there's a handful of stories I'm going to show you today that are my favorite. I kind of see some of this coming, but guys, what have J-Chains, what have we said, since we started our show here together?
Expect pain this year.
We're going to suffer.
Yeah, and it would make sense, right? Because especially right now, and everything that we've seen, again, go back to the Ondo Summit, hearing from regulators, hearing from institutional players, like they are just now getting the go-ahead. So regulation is happening. We've got to wait, buckle in. Like as much as we want the bull run, like I think we're both in agreement. I think a lot of people, like it's gonna be a rough couple months, but
Yep.
Q3, the beginning of H2, if you will.
Yep.
Not a Hummer, not that beautiful machine. Nope, nope, nope. The second half of this year, we
Right.
should really expect some fireworks.
And
So it's gonna be tough going until then. But again, we're setting the framework and the groundwork for, I think, the expansion of our ecosystem to grow. So it's like it's we got to test the waters a little bit, tread carefully.
100%.
Cautious optimism.
And guys, and there are a couple of things that I really want to point out, and some of the articles I'm about to show you kind of back this statement up. But this is something I touched on in the portfolio video I did yesterday. All right, this is VeChain, right? And as you can see, it is testing the 786 on the Fibonacci, very close to the 786. All right, if VeChain was to test that low down here, that would be a 34% drop to about 2 cents if it was to test this local floor that it bounced off of a couple times. Keep in mind that VeChain was at its lowest point before it went on a complete tear. We're talking, I don't know, 320% in 31 days. Damn. So if things get bad, just remember, we could be a month away from going to the tippy top of the party. And what another thing I want to say here is that VeChain, a lot of the charts I talked about yesterday, the Pyth, the graph, the optimism, FET, AVAX, Render, Near, Shiba Inu, the graph, all these coins already got their death crosses. VeChain is still pending that death cross. Is it going to get it? I would say probably, but that's not the end of the world. Last time VeChain got its death cross in June of 24, it got the bull cross again about 170 days after the death cross. You know what 170 days is from right now, Chains? About August.
Tells me it's like right around the time we should start cooking.
Right around the time Q3 is coming around. That's what I'm saying. So, like, guys, I'm expecting the pain. All the April people from last year. Wait, where do I do this? There we go. We're not pumping in April. It's not happening. We're gonna have to be patient.
There's no sell in May and walk away.
Yeah,
You should have already sold.
Right. But that's the thing. But
will it be volatile or will it just be downward action?
Well, I mean, look at any normal chart where we like VeChain, right? Let's look at 2024. It hit its local top, February, March. All right. It comes down, it falls, how far? 33%. And then look, boom, pumps 43% back up. It comes all the way down here, boom, pumps 58% in 20 days. Guys, this right here was a 58% pump in 20 days. That's crazy. Not to mention all like the little pushes for air, like right here before the pump, 31% in 30 days. There will be pushes. Like right here, we had, we're forming the cup and handle. We're forming no, you're not. But there will still be volatility. There will still be plenty of room to day trade with. The day traders are going to make their money. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. It's like the trader's market dream come true right here is to hit a zone like this.
Yes, for sure. And T said, I sent emails trying to join the Telegram group, but I haven't gotten a response. We're almost done getting through all of them. We took like 2 weeks off of emails and we got hit with like 600 and we're like slowly getting through them all. I'm going to try my best to finish them today. All right. So if you haven't got a response, just be patient. We will get back to you. So where's Ondo Bob? We can look at the Ondo chart for sure at some point. But yeah, guys, I just want you to kind of keep in mind that, the setups that we're looking at are kind of leaning towards, okay, we get our death cross, 170 days go by, maybe if you kind of look at, so right here on the chart is the end of February, is the end of December. So it's kind of something like, or even this, and then like I'll wake up and then, something like that. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Not one bit. All right. So let's actually get into the stories we have playing. We have so many stories to get through today. So we talked about Cardano. We talked about Dan. We talked about VC funding dropping in February, which isn't a surprise because things are getting a little rough around here. I'll get to those stories after. This is a bullish story. NASDAQ files 19B4 for Canary Capital's Hedera H-bar spot ETF. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, and this is also, guys, I told you the story in my Cybertruck video update like a month or two ago that H-bar and Litecoin, it's possible that they get their ETF before Solana, before XRP, and they are seeking approval. It's looking pretty. It's looking real pretty. And I think that that missing piece of the liquidity puzzle is going to be, all the institutional vehicles for, for investments here for the VC money, for the institutions, for the stock market. I mean, this is really big for HBAR, really big for Litecoin. More crypto ETFs in the pipeline. Canara Capital isn't stopping at HBAR and Litecoin. The firm also filed for a spot XRP ETF, which the SEC has already acknowledged. Plus, they're exploring similar investment products for Solana, stuff like that. And guys, and what I like the most about the ETFs getting filed is that the SEC is putting their hands in the air and quitting. Yeah. The SEC is giving up.
Taking my ball and I'm going home.
They're taking their ball and they're going home. Where are they going? Nowhere. That's right. SEC closing investigation, the Robinhooding investigation, without enforcement action. You know what's funny about that? The SEC drops the OpenSea investigation after the Wells notice. We were all worried about Gary Gensler. We were all totally freaked out that, Gary was going to kill us all. And we just saw the Coinbase story that ended without action last week. Yep. Last week it was Coinbase.
Pause Binance too.
Exactly. And now Binance even has their on-ramp back. Thank God.
US coming back. Yep.
Yeah, their on-ramp, like for fiat money. And but now it's OpenSea and Robinhood. SEC said, all right, I'm good. I'm good, guys. I don't want to sue you. I'm wrong. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. We had our old boss was kind of a dick.
But he's gone now.
He bye-bye. You know what I mean? So man, this is what happened. And guys, so what I'm telling you is that sure, right now it's not pretty. Right now, this is what crypto does. Crypto is trying to convince you that although we're in a larger bull market, there are phases, there are peaks, and there are valleys. Right now, we're in a valley. And when you're in a valley, you always feel like there will never be another peak. The last valley, that was the top. We're done. You know how many people told me last year that, March 24, that was it. That was the top of the bull market. We're done here. And I said, yeah, okay, bro. Totally. That was definitely the top. It was. That you're right. It was the top. Guess what? It wasn't the top. Just like this last pump wasn't the top. But the crypto market is designed to make you think you're wrong. The market makes you feel dumb. They want you to feel stupid. You're a dumb. All right? But no. Seriously, this is brewing that we have this kind of mid-year lull. This there might be some signs of relief, but it's probably just going to get shut back down until the time comes. And what's the time? Q3, Q4 of 2025. That aligns with Bitcoin halving. We've been saying this from the top of the building for many years now. Until the Bitcoin cycle breaks, we have to assume that it's going to not break. Until it does, we can have that conversation. That's how I felt this whole time. And when you see the Grim Reaper of regulation taking their ball and going home, keep this in mind. All the altcoin bull runs we've had in the history of altcoin bull runs, we've never had a bull run without the Grim Reaper of regulation with a scythe haunting every step we take. The Grim Reaper is going home. He said, I'm good. Actually, I'm fine. Let's not do this anymore. My old boss sucked. So that's it. Chains, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Gary Gensler being actually the devil himself? I watched this movie this weekend. It was called Nosferatu. And I'll tell you, Gary really was convincing I didn't know Gary was so good at acting.
God, he's living rent free in your head still somehow.
Ah,
It's good though that he's gone. And I tell you what, like jokes aside, what you were talking about before, I think really look the fundamentals of crypto, they haven't changed, right? And yeah, I know shit in the short term sucks, but when you zoom out, you see what's happening, man. Loading,
yeah,
it's loading.
yeah,
Look, you got to look at all of the signs, and I think some of this short term negative headlines that we're reading, this could be coordinated FUD to bring prices down. You got to remember, this is an institutional bull run. This isn't for the people. That's not what this is about. This is Bitcoin's run, and this is for the institutions. They control it. So they're going to pull it down so that their buddies who might have forgotten or missed the boat last year, they got a chance, because that's what they look out for each other.
Yep.
They got each other's back.
Yep.
And so this is like short term what we're going to see. Plus, again, all the regulation, all that stuff's going to come into play over the next several months, or at least the conversation's going to get hot and heavy. And it's going to give them a better direction, institutionals, of where they can take things.
Right. No, I'm totally with you. So what I'm saying here, guys, is that when we have our next bull run, the ceiling is much higher, because every time we pump, all I think are the FUD stories. Or, oh, what about this? What about this Wells notice? What about this regulation? What about this ban in this country? And what about, there's always we're making money, we're pumping, but there's always that one fucker on Twitter like, what about this?
Did you see the I think I'm pretty sure, I don't know the validity to the article, but I'd seen a headline that the who control the marshals control the Bitcoin, right? That they've misplaced the seed phrase to all the Bitcoin. I don't know if this is true or not.
Wait, what?
There was something that I'd read this morning where the marshals can't confirm that they've got the seed phrase to all the Bitcoin.
That's so funny.
I mean, I'll look it up right now to see.
Idiots.
I don't know if it's true or not. That'd be wild.
That is so funny. Texas Groger in the chat. Nosferatu was a silent film, a German rip of Dracula. They didn't pay for the film rights, so they changed all the names and filled that. I know. I watched Nosferatu this weekend. Very good movie. And then it's Dracula. It's just like a different thing. You killed it in that movie. Sidebar, William Dafoe. What an animal of an actor. Have you ever seen him in Boondock Saints? He's the Green Goblin in the original Spider-Man. Dude, shout out to my homie Nosferatu. That's my boy. Oh yeah, Groger dropped 6. Guys, don't forget cryptochips.io. Head over. If you are joining the show now, the new Groger drop is available. I'm wearing the hoodie right now. The shirt is $40. The hoodie, how much is the hoodie again? $70, but it's like really nice material, top shelf stuff. Also, if you don't want to spend that, you want to get it for free, head over to Twitter. 5 people who follow, like, retweet this tweet will get the shirt plus 3 months in my Telegram Alpha group. This is the first Groger drop of the year. Many more to come. Shout out to David from Crypto Chips for hooking it up. Big bullish on the Grogers. Always have been, always will be. Wanted to talk about this story right here on Cointelegraph. This is one of the best Cointelegraph articles I've read in a while, because it really does paint the picture of the collective of what's going on right now. 6 hours ago, shout out to William Suberg. Very well done on this article. 5 things to know Bitcoin this week. And I'll say that they hit this right on the head. I'm not going to go fully in everything, but I'll give you the overview. All right. So we're kind of saying that we're looking at a 90K retest. And at this point, it's obvious. And that was so obvious to me, looking at Bitcoin over the weekend when I was measuring, okay, well, Bitcoin, has been in this range here for 2% range for almost 3 days. That lack of volatility kind of feels like exhaustion. We're probably going to break down from this point. Obviously, that's what happens. And anytime you see a range tighten like that for that amount of time, you got to tell yourself, all right, the clock is ticking. We need to make sure we're alarmed at this level. And so he's saying here that on each side of the price is where all the volume is. So we're like in this range, but the volume's up here or it's down here. And with the liquidation, where I feel like we're more likely in the short term to pick up that volatility, that money. They basically think of, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I want you to think of volume like a Roomba, like a robot vacuum cleaning your carpet, and it's just mindlessly just going around the fucking room, just taking up all the liquidity, eating all the money. And when we're trading in a range where there's not liquidity, but there's a bunch of money down the hill there at 90K, that Roomba is going to run all down the hill and eat up all the money. But then there's orders put back up at 95K. Oh, well, let's run back around there. Yeah. The money is on the carpet, and price action is the robot Roomba vacuum, and it just eats up all the value. Is that a fair analogy, Chains? Or am I crazy?
Nah, I mean, like, I don't know what kind of fancy room, but you have. Mine doesn't go upstairs. No, but I get it though. Like, they have sensors, right? And they kind of seek out where the dirt or the debris is, right? And so, like, it kind of the analogy there is they go find that liquidity. The market will go find that liquidity because it makes the most sense. Like, where can that money be made? So
yeah, I mean,
that's why the volume profiles probably is.
That's why they're so important. It's so likely that things are going to go eat that liquidity. I do see Francesco in the chat. Where do I send my info for the giveaway last week for the Groger stuff? Did you not send it on Telegram? If you didn't send it on Telegram, send it to the email. You're better off on Telegram than emails. But send it to Telegram or on the email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com, and we'll take care of you. It will get figured out, I promise. So here, back to the article. It just seems like a 90K support touch is coming. This invalidates if we break 98.4 ranges tight. So we're expecting a quick move, and that's totally fair. And guys, and the truth is that I do want to kind of run through this article because I have more to talk about. But I do want to just keep in perspective that when we talk all the other coins, the Nears, the Shibas, the Graph, the VeChains, the Jasmines, the Algos, the AVAXs, look, they're all just so weak between the 618 and the 786. That's a weak coin. Not saying anything bad about the coin, but in terms of Fibonacci, it's a weaker project. And I'm currently targeting the weak projects on purpose. Why? Because Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin has not fallen much. Bitcoin is down, what, 12%? 13% from its all-time high. And this is what happened to all the altcoins. You get my point, right? So what I'm saying is that Bitcoin, it makes so much sense to at least see a retest to the 236. This would be about 87, and this would be about 75. And guys, it's not like we haven't had 30% dips in this run already. 28.5 right here from March to September last year. All right. And from the very top, a 30% dip is right there, about 76,000. What I'm saying is that Bitcoin could come to 75, 76,000 in this range right here and technically still be in an uptrend. This is the playbook, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very unlikely that Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin will just test the 200 and continue. That'd be great. But still, the 200s around the 236, around 86, 87,000. And another thing I'm saying is that when you look at the daily chart for Bitcoin, this is, I said that yesterday was the second open below the 50 EMA. Think about this, the way we look at our 12-minute scalp trades. Now the third candle below the 50 EMA is red and dropping. So, obviously the short game right now is the game right now. And obviously we got some serious support resistance right here, where the Fibonacci levels are one thing, but the local support resistance is another, where we have 91,361, which is this wick low right here. All right. So I think if you're one of my traders, 91,361, that's an alarm, ladies and gentlemen. I'll set it with you right now. I'm going to click on the line itself. I'm going to pull this bad boy up. I'm going to click on the clock. I'm going to click only once. BTC SR. Oops. SR create. So that alarm is set. So if we lose our local low, we will be informed. We'll get an email. We'll get a text message. How else are you supposed to keep up with the market? We all can't stare at charts all day long. So set alarms. So you'll get notified. You'll get buzzed when something significant happens. I can't stress how important setting alarms is. All right. So let's finish our story here. So I'm not really too worried about talking about, stagflation. Basically, right here, what is stagflation is a major concern for investors when slow economic growth is coupled with high levels of inflation. I'm not too worried about that in terms of Bitcoin right now, right here, historical data shows that stagflation isn't necessarily associated with poor stock market performance. Exactly my point. So I'm not too worried about that aspect of this article, but here's the rest of the article that is really important. So gold keeps pushing higher. Gold has been doing very well. While gold and rates USD typically have an inverse correlation, they are rising together. That is interesting. And here's the big point here. In fact, gold has more than doubled the S&P's YTD return. In 2024, gold and the S&P had unprecedented correlation of 0.81. That is very unusual. But why is this important? Because this is why it's important. As long as gold keeps trending, Bitcoin almost always sees a comparable or bigger breakout within 3 to 6 months. Well, let's do the math, everybody. So gold breaks and then Bitcoin follows it. Let's say 6 months later. All right, so it's February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Again, the timeline is making sense when you look at the other trends. We're going to suffer for now, but it's all preparing us to start turning around as we inch into Q3 this year. That's the point. All right. Network activity sees a slow bleed. This is actually really in this quote right here. The number of transactions also decreasing with the magnitude of the decline similar to the correlation period of September 2023. If this trend continues, we could see signs of an investor exodus similar to the market cycle peak in 2017. That's kind of a bummer, the fact that there's less transactions, but I think that I don't know. I kind of feel like as more of the stock market liquidity piece of the puzzle enters chains, and maybe I'm crazy, but like I feel like the more Wall Street gets involved, the less blockchain transactions. Yeah, I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Wall Street cares too much.
Because we're not it's not utilization of the tech, right?
Right.
Blockchain trends, like they're probably, because they're institutions, they're buying that and locking, staking, doing that kind of stuff where they're making the purchase, they're acquiring right now for, I think, ROI purposes. They're not buying to say, hey, we're going to start doing Ethereum,
right?
Whatever.
Right.
That makes sense.
For sure. No, it completely makes sense. And that's the last thing I'll move on from this article. I found this article really interesting, by the way. Well done. I normally am not a big fan of Cointelegraph. They did a good job with this article. Bitcoin volatility metric challenges records. So where is this right here? Right here. On weekly timeframes, the realized volatility, which measures the standard deviation of market returns from its mean or average, is near record lows. This trend was noticed by on-chain analytics firm Glassnode at the end of the weekend. Bitcoin's 1 week realized volatility has collapsed 23.4%, nearing historical lows. In the past 4 years, it had dipped only lower a few times, October 24, November 23. Similar comparisons in the past led to major market moves. Glassnode drew similar conclusions from 1 week options realized volatility now approaching multi-year lows. The last time was this low was early 23, low 23, early 24. Volatility spikes forward. Meanwhile, the term 4 remains higher, it reported. So basically what this is saying is that in the past, when this realized volatility, like I said, is the standard deviation of market returns from its mean, when this hits record lows, this leads into major market moves. So if you think, okay, so October 2024, what happened in November of 2024?
Yeah, we peaked.
Boom. What at November 2023? What happened in January, or what happened in March of 2024? Boom. So when we hit this metric, although it's a low volatility, when the volatility gets really low, a month or so later, it starts to wake up in time. It leads into market moves. So when you kind of compare the volatility metric with how Bitcoin follows gold, you see the point. This article really does paint a full picture of, and then when you compare that with the SEC turning their back with a Trump presidency and all the ETFs getting approved consequently because Gary's gone, it's like the perfect storm.
It really is.
like, I don't give a shit how much we eat shit between now and summertime. Like, it's the perfect storm. I don't know. I don't know, man.
No, literally there's nothing more that you could say other than that. Like literally, like the writing is on the walls where this is going. Like it's like we are living, and we talked about this. You guys, if you listen to the show and watch the show and watch some of the other things, like we are living the beginning stages of what true mass adoption is, right? Like we're getting acceptance from governments, not only here domestically, internationally. You've got countries trying to like eat up the supply.
Yep.
Domestically here are states, I think we're more than half at this point, are trying to have Bitcoin reserves. I think, what was it, Wyoming and Nebraska just shot theirs down for some reason, which is wild. But the whole idea is like, that's the concept, is like people want this. They want to add this as strategic reserves from a state basis, right? And so the writing's on the wall that the mass adoption of this entire ecosystem is happening right now. It's so freaking exciting, man. Like,
right. It really is.
Don't just zoom out, man. Just zoom out.
I couldn't agree more. And guys, I know in the here and now, things are going to seem hard. It's going to feel like, oh, my portfolio got demolished. Oh, we got wrecked. Guys, it's normally when the sentiment is the worst. That's right around the point you should be considering clicking the buy button. In my past, you know, it's one of those deals where when the dumb money sells, the smart money's buying. And right now, the dumb money's giving up, or the dumb money's thinking about giving up.
By the blood.
By the blood, fam.
There's literally there's one guaranteed recipe. And I know there's a lot of anecdotes and a lot of things, but if you buy the fear and sell the greed, you literally cannot lose.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
Like right now, I don't know where the fear and greed index is today. I know we were like in the 30s. Maybe we hit 40 or on Friday or something like that. But I'm telling you, man, you buy the fear and you sell the greed, and that's the win, right? That's the recipe for the win. And right now, people are afraid. And as we slump more, I think the lowest we ever saw was like single digit, like 8 or 9 on the fear and greed index for crypto. Right? And so that being said, like, I don't think we're going to get that low, but if we have a little bleed for the next couple weeks, months, whatever,
49 neutral.
Okay.
That's actually surprising. I would imagine it would be worse.
I thought we were a lot lower last week than 50.
Yeah, last week was 51. Wow. Last month was greed, which makes sense. Wow. Well, we are still, Bitcoin's juiced right now, man. Bitcoin's super juiced, so it's certainly worth considering. So, overall, everyone wants to get in on the party. Everyone knows that the real bull run is coming. We've seen some pumps, we've seen some moves, but I don't think we've seen like the face melting, holy shit.
No.
Lambo shit yet.
What phase do you know that there's always like the disbelief, euphoria, all that stuff on that chart? Where do you think we are?
Let's pull that chart just to show what people might not. How would I say the
I would say
crypto
the market
market cycle
psychology,
disbelief.
Yes,
here it is, right here. This is the best. All right, go away. Make it open image in new tab. There we go.
Boom.
So we have disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression, disbelief.
I think we're between hope and optimism. We're like in one of those valleys, in one of those dips. Ours may look a little deeper and a little bit sharper.
Honestly, dude. Oh, first of all, our heads are really bad in the way on this one. Oh man, that's not it. Okay. Oh,
we brought your friend in.
All right, let's just.
Good. That's good.
Okay. Right now, so you said hope and belief, hope and optimism, which is like right in here.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say I think we're between anger and depression. Because no, in terms of the whole cycle. In terms of the entire cycle, like the whole thing, I think we're probably I agree with you. Somewhere between hope and optimism. I don't think we've seen the real leg up, but I also we can't deny that the crypto cycle, the nature of the cycles have shifted.
Good point.
It has shifted. We've had like March 24. It feels like another bear market, and then we had November 24, and now it feels like another bear market. So we've been like really high, really down, really high, really down, as Bitcoin kind of. So in terms of altcoins, are up, down, up, down. I mean, I understand that. Hold on, let me really paint my picture. I understand that Bitcoin looks like this, You know, it's just kind of been creeping up the hill the whole time, and it has higher highs. But a lot of the altcoins look like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that we have our pump. We have it's like a new cycle every time for a lot of the altcoins. That's what I'm saying. And I think that for the altcoins, when here, let me get rid of the squiggles I just drive. For the altcoins, I feel like we're kind of in that next curvature for the next run. And that right there would be between anger and depression.
Okay.
That's for specifically for the altcoins. That's what I'm saying.
But if you continue on, if it were like a circular, right? Because markets are cyclical, right? You see, we come back to disbelief, so
right,
we're swinging it back over to the left side of the chart. So
yep.
While we might be, maybe you're right. Maybe there's probably some between anger, depression makes sense because most people are, but we are on our way to swinging back around.
Yes, that's the most important thing, and that's kind of some of my theories on some of my altcoin buys. You know, even if things get a little worse, like for the graph, for instance, right? So we kind of have like this wick low, and then we have like the candle low, which is kind of where we are now, and then we have like where we bounced from before. All right, as in, you know, back here, you know, I'm really thinking to myself, how much worse can this really get?
Seriously.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's probably like this, and then we turn, or we hold the lows from here, possible. Like, it's kind of one of those things that I feel that we're kind of the in-between area there. So really interesting. I do want to do a quick house cleaning really fast. Got about 173 people in the house on YouTube, more than that on Twitter. Appreciate each and every one of you. But now it's time to talk about the story of the day. Kanye, Yeezy,
Yee.
Kim Kardashian's ex-husband. You might know him as that. He once wrote a song called Heartless. And man, I think that he's in the anger disbelief section of his arc right now. But man, just give him a Google, guys. Just go ahead and give Kanye West a Google, and you'll see something that looks like this. All right. And look at the stories. Look at that picture. What a great picture. Look at the stories. Well, first of all, there's the whole thing of Bianca when he was just like, hey,
he's the producer. He was the producer.
You love me, right? Cool. Get naked in front of everyone and then divorce me. They'll love it. And then he makes a crazy deleted video going at Portnoy. And I feel like everyone's kind of going at Portnoy. So that doesn't really change things. And look at this story right here. Cardano founder Hoskinson shuts down Kanye West rumors. I love you. Google Kanye West. And one of the stories is Charles Hoskinson. That's actually kind of bullish, in my opinion. Yeah. Basically, Charles is saying, hey, your coin is not on Cardano. No, guys. I want to make a quick video, and I want to say one word. No. No, that's the word. That's the word.
Can you, but okay, let's just talk about crypto for a second here. Can you do that? Can you say your coin is not welcome here? Is that, I get it, but
no, hold on. Here's the thing. I actually think that Charles's statement is more about Cardano than about why Cardano is like a real look right here. Cardano is a serious project. We're not a laughing place for these types of things. Well, thank you for the drama of the weekend, but I don't think there's any Kanye at all. Do you know what he's really saying? We're not Solana. That's what Charles really just said.
We're not Solana.
Right. We're not. You're gonna pump final. And yeah. You get my point. I actually really like Charles, but
yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, the bet here. I'll join him. Don't call us the Ada Gang. Yeah. We're the Cardano community. But no. So I can see so much better with my glasses, guys. Just let me live. Just let me live. All right. But no. So that's what he's really saying. But to stick to the story, there's a couple things. There's kind of is Kanye, is his Twitter X account sold? ? Bark Meta, Link, Sparks, Beam Coin, rug pull fears. Basically, there's a claim saying that Kanye sold his Twitter account to Bark Meta for $17 million. I don't money. That's a lot.
I will tell you the tweets that were coming out this week were like in the last what 72 hours or whatever.
Right.
Totally different than typical tweets from Kanye. It was like, bro, this is cool. Like, you know, it's like, no, not ye.
Right. Right. So 2022, Bark Meta was the mastermind of the Pox token. Did he sound as a card? People are saying that he did, but I'm not sure if he actually did. The chance he's sold account is above 95%, but was it like a temporary thing?
Like, hey, we're gonna launch your coin, give us access.
Right. Like, we're gonna do this thing for a little while, and then
if I'm not mistaken, I'd seen a picture of two phones side by side, and there was a tweet that said "We run this" or whatever, and it was, you know, when you open up your X account, how it's you can only like get to your profile and like the settings, right, and all that kind of stuff when you're in. So it was a phone that was open to Kanye's account like that, and then I believe it was one of the Bark Meta accounts like that side by side, and so that would lend you to believe that someone just had access to it.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, Kanye is obviously rejecting the ties. Nevertheless, Bark Meta poked fun of the situation. Kanye West 100% sold his account to me, comparing his early tweets to his tweets now, completely different in almost every way because it's me and not him. People don't change radically in a week. So that was on there. So then Bark Meta literally showing a phone logged in, notes on. So they did do that.
That's exactly the one that I was telling you about. That's what I saw.
But then Yee says, this isn't real. I don't know this person. That's what he said. And then he says that next week he's going to have a next level coin launch. When I do launch my coin, I'll make it very clear and official. So he's saying that was a bunch of bullshit, even though these people logged into my account and showed you the receipts. I don't know who they are, but when I do launch my coin.
Hey, Dave, what industry are we in? What economy are we in?
Crypto.
Keep going.
The attention economy.
Thank you.
It is.
What did this do?
Get attention.
Okay. There you go.
And what are we doing right now?
We're talking about
it. Those motherfuckers. But there's more to it. There's more to it. And this actually kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. Kanye claims he'll launch that a coin. Not even saying that. Oh, I can't even show the story. Not even showing the story. Kanye claims he'll launch the read it yourself token in erratic tweets. Yee, the artist formerly known as Kanye West. I hate that they even have to say that.
It's like, what is this? Prince did that, right?
You just took the KAN out of your name. Like, it's not impressive. Repeatedly erratic over the past several hours, suggesting that token, attempting to contact Binance co-founder CZ, and even publicly mulling over launching his own blockchain. It's for crypto adoption, guys. Come on. It's for crypto adoption. That's what we're doing. Crypto adoption. Yee said the token launch will be, quote, next week. I love how they say it again. The formerly known as Kanye's. Hey, I wrote this article for sure. But basically the series of erratic tweets. Is this tweet still up? Okay, the page doesn't exist. Okay.
Did his account go?
Yeah, here, let's Yee. It's there.
No, it's still there.
But even this SDA is top 5 artists right now. That makes me think that it's fake. You know what I mean? And then there's CZ. That one retweet got him to 33.2 million followers. That's hilarious. And that's his whole Twitter right now. Is it? Yeah, that's the connect. Yeah, the only 2 tweets Kanye has up are these.
Dude, of course he sold it and moved on.
Are these 3 tweets, and that's it. That's crazy. And his pictures are blank. That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. That's something. So the tweets are gone. He said, wait, what's B&B? Wait, what's B&B? That's funny. Wait, what's Solana? What's ETH? Basically just kind of playing that game. Yeah. This is insane. This whole thing's insane. I don't know, man. I'm kind of over it, but what are your thoughts?
Don't buy celebrity coins.
Yeah, I mean,
unless somehow, some way, unless you are an insider and you get the contract address, like he said, because it's going to be for a certain group of people plus family and friends
Yeah.
before it goes live.
Yep.
Unless like you're one of those groups of people, like don't do this.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get roasted.
Destroyed.
Sniped.
Destroyed.
Destroyed.
Yeah, man. That's rough. Dude, like, stay away from it, guys. I know that some people have glamorized the meme coin thing, but in my opinion, you know what meme coin traders aren't doing? Leverage trading normal crypto. You know why? Because they don't know how. Because if they knew how and they had an edge on the actual trading market, they wouldn't be doing meme coins. That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. If you're really good at crypto, you're not wasting your time. You're not throwing darts. But hey, that's just my opinion, spoken to you as a humble leverage trader myself. And if you want to do your own leverage trading, make sure you head on over to Bitunix, guys. Top shelf liquidity, no VPN, no KYC. We did the giveaway for the sign up and referral bonus. If the referral bonus hasn't landed yet, give it a week. It will land. If not, we can double check your UID and all that. And I'm sure we'll do another promo with Bitunix eventually. Guys, I've been doing all my trading on here. And even my new portfolio that I'm building, been building it on here as well. I'll be keeping you guys up to date with more portfolio updates because we're trying to get more of the money in kind of leading into, April, May. We're going to probably try to have we're going to have always some dry powder, but we're going to have most of it in. But guys, if you haven't signed up for Bitunix yet, click the link down below. Get yourself signed up. There's no VPN. There's no KYC. We are talking insane liquidity compared to other similar places. If you look at Bitcoin's liquidity here in leverage trading, 5.8 billion. Cato, a coin we just talked about on the show not long ago, 873 million, has more leverage volume than XRP right now. That's actually absolutely insane. I'm actually going to do a little deep dive on Cato in the Telegram group later today. I already have all the tabs pulled and the chart pulled as well. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. If you're not in the Telegram group, send an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. If you've already sent an email, we will get back to you, I promise. But guys, my point overall is look at all this liquidity. IP is still over 112 million. Peanut still 128 million. HBAR 130 million. With 133 million. You can trade anything you want on Bitunix. Click the link down below. Get yourself signed up. It doesn't get any better than that. I'm looking at my B3 chart. Come on, B3.
Let me ask you a question about B3.
Yep.
This is gaming, right?
Yep. On Base chain.
Yep. So, because I'm wondering, like, for like someone who's like a long-term holder or someone who's trying to make a quick buck, because like the gaming narrative is probably a little bit off, possibly even more extended than the tail end of this year. It'll have a run and all that stuff, but I think the actual gaming push probably a few years away. Is that something you think is a set and forget, or is that something that's going to have some explosive gains this year specifically?
Yeah, so I yesterday in my portfolio video, I bought $10,000 of B3.
Okay.
I did it because this is like my riskier pick, because a lot of my picks, most of my picks are between 40 and 100 in the top 100. Besides like, Avalanche and Shiba are like kind of my anchors, and even my anchors are small anchors, and I have 5,000 of Cardano, but I kind of put that in there as to compare through exposure. But when you look at B3, it's kind of like, 381 by market cap, where if it gets to 1.5 billion, that's a 10x. Right. And the way the supply is set up, the investors and the team don't even get the beginning of their chunk of the pie. Oh, my head's in the way. Until this unlock schedule until basically February of next year. Okay. And at that point, they only get 25%, and then the rest is monthly unlocks for 4 years. So this tokenomics setup is set to win, especially in the time frame between now and the end of 2025. That it'll probably be like the graph situation, where because of the tokenomics, it will put in its all-time high this bull run, And then once the rest of the coins come in, it will have more pumps, but it won't ever get back to that one pump. I think this is going to repeat itself with the graph did last time, because basically the graph had 10% of its supply. It hit an all-time high, and through the bear market, a lot of the coins came into the supply. Similar situation with this, but we are primed to have a run for this year. And this is kind of my risky pick, that really high upside pick. And guys, I want to be very clear, this is not a sponsored plug. I do not know anyone on this team. A friend of mine showed me this project, and he told me about Jasmine at 0.003, and he was right. And I think he's going to be right again on this one. And a lot of times people, my audience has been like, AJ, why don't you tell us about these deeper alpha picks? And I don't always tell you guys, because I don't want to, it's a rough road to navigate, because sometimes you're really, really right. Like I've been about PAL, like I've been about SWE, like I've been right about a couple coins, but there are times where you find coins like this that don't work out. And I think for this one, I'm willing to say, you know what, I'm going public with this one. I think it's a winner. Let's see how it goes. I mean, it's already backed by Pantera Capital, already has the Coinbase listing. It has so many things larger coins wish they had. So I'm going to give this one a run. It's in the portfolio. I haven't made the new pie chart yet, but here is the normal pie chart for this portfolio as it is now. Certainly going to add a couple. I'm going to take out PT because we don't need for the gas anymore. Brett and Pudgy both completely got demolished, but I'm not going to sell them. I'm just going to, they're such small splashes, it doesn't matter anyway.
Keep it as a moon bag.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep them in there. But, I think like, the big chunk of the bag is kind of like, I'll go Ondo, Jasmine, Vet. These are like my 4 big bets. And then everything else, I think I'll eventually buy more H bar, but I think the market cap's so large for H bar that you do have to manage your expectations with it. I mean, it has that, it has the ETF story. So, I mean, is that around the 0.5? Yeah, it's up a little bit. It had a little something, about 7%. Nothing crazy. Got shut down at the 200 EMA. And now on the 12-minute doesn't look half bad. I would set here, and I would set here, and I would set here. That's what I'm looking at for the 12-minute. And how far is the ish? 5%. So the bottom is 20 cents flat. The top is 22.66, the 13% range. And the middle is 21.07. So this 13% range with this is like the midpoint awareness alarm. That's kind of what I'm looking at now. Because even if you kind of go back in time here, you'll see that for the most part, one sec. For the most part, that has been a really big level for H bar. And even with this, for the most part, like, it has these little teeny outliers, but I ignore those. Because local support resistance is more important than the extent of the range, if that makes sense. So, for the most part, even if you go further back in history, holy shit. Oh, why is it doing this to me right now? Okay.
A lot of history there.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that from the point it hit here, H bar has spent 99% of the last 8 days and 16 hours inside of a 33% range. Excuse me, of a 13%. I'm dumb. It has spent 99% of the past 8 days and 16 hours inside of a 13.3% range. I don't care about the outliers. Most of the range, 8 days. So you can try to get trades in this range. You can try to use the EMA to your advantage. And you could use this local alarm that I gave you here at 21.07. Or if even you want to scoot it up to, I like that local floor more, but that's kind of more of an awareness alarm. This is the real range. Yeah, I'll type these levels for you. I'll give you guys this one. 22.66. 0.2266. Okay. And then the bottom, 20 flat. So there you go.
Boom.
That is 13% range. It's been in there for over 8 days, guys. 8 days. 8 days. All right. So keep a close eye on H-bar, ladies and gentlemen. There is a trade and it's a brewing. Someone asked me in the chat earlier, what's a death cross? A death cross is where the 50 EMA, I'll show you here on the 2-hour on XRP. So this red line here is the 50 EMA exponential moving average. All right. And this is the 200 EMA. So basically the 50 EMA is the moving average from the past 50 days. So it's generally likely to be closer to the price because it's only the average of the past 50 days. All right. And then this is the 200. So it's going to be further away from the price because it's the average of the past 200 days. And a bull cross is when the 50 goes above the 200, and a death cross is when the 50 goes below the 200. And if you go to, basically any chart and look at a daily time frame, and you can tell yourself, oh, okay, look at this right here. So the last time Cardano had a bull cross, if you went long the day of the bull cross on Cardano, that was right here to that local high, 117%, 119 days. And let's say, what if we go short from the day of the death cross right here, back in May last year, top to bottom, 46% in 78 days. What if we went long from this bull cross right here? Oh, I don't know, about 211% in 26 days. And now look, the 50 EMA is coming down, looking to get that down. And you know what freaks me out about the Cardano chart is not, if you're looking at just a normal flat RSI, look at that RSI, dude. That is not pretty. First of all, it has a hell of a downtrend, and trends and patterns matter on RSIs. And just like they would, or head and shoulders, all these things matter just like they do anywhere else. And also this previous retest right here. So the 50 line on the RSI is the most important level. So anytime you bounce off the 50, that's going to be like bullish continuation. And when you get rejected under the 50, that'd be bearish continuation. And to see Cardano come all the way down here, super oversold, come up and then get rejected under the 50, that's bad news bears for daily chart for Cardano here. Anytime you're staying under the 50, and even right here on Market Cipher, this RSI is about to cross over too, because we talk about expansion with the RSIs, how like the expansion is the volatility, but right here they look like they're going to cross and are coming down, the momentum wave coming down, and the VWAP coming down, the money flow. Not looking pretty for the local Cardano chart. Obviously Cardano is a stronger coin, but this would be a bounced off 618, aka golden pocket. When we say the golden pocket, that's what we're talking about. And then also we have this wick low here, kind of on its way down to the 786, which also perfectly aligns with support resistance back here. From we kind of got this wick, that. You see my point, right? So this is kind of like 55 cents. Anything worse than 55 cents would just be really bad, to be honest. But I would like to see Cardano put up a fight at like 64 cents, basically at this 618 level, which is 65 cents flat, basically. I'd have an alarm set on Cardano at 65 cents for sure. But and also we kind of have this overall downtrend like this, kind of like a parallel. Something like that. We're in a downtrend until we're not. What you got, Chains?
Nothing, man. I was like, that doesn't look pretty.
No, what did I do?
Oh, hey.
Oh man, it's me and me again.
Oh, here, go to the ones with us on the side.
He's gone. It says you're muted too.
Me?
Unmute Mike. Yeah, I don't know. It's all good. But hey, big shout out to everybody in the chat. It says guests can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. That's what it says on my side.
I'm not. The volume comes from you. These are just cameras.
But when I click unmute your mic, it says can't unmute because guests chose to mute themselves. Give me J Chains. Count to 10. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear J Chains. Count to 10.
What's up, Groger? Smash the like button. Smash it, smash it, smash it.
Give me a thumbs up if you heard J Chains. If not, it's all good. We're kind of towards the end of the show.
It's that YouTube delay.
Okay, we're good. We can hear you. I don't know. It's on my end. It says that you're muted. That's weird. Sweet. You guys can hear him. Awesome. Well, I do appreciate y'all. I believe we ran through all the stories here. I mean, got a couple charts I want to talk about. But is there anything on your mind before we keep moving?
No, brother, we're good.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, so we touched on SEC. Let's just do a quick overview. All right. Quick overview. We're in a downtrend, obviously. The SEC says, you know what? We're out of here. You guys are fine. Don't worry about nothing. You're not in trouble. They did this with Coinbase last week. Now it's Robinhood and it's OpenSea. They're done. The SEC says we're going home. Have a nice day. As this is happening, we are getting more filings. We've already had the XRP Solana ETFs filed. Now Litecoin and HBAR have filed. And you got to think to yourself, with the SEC just putting their hands up with Robinhood and OpenSea and Coinbase saying, let's get out of here. You know what I mean? The fact that these ETFs are getting approved kind of feels like they're going to get approved. Meanwhile, when you compare some metrics from Bitcoin kind of saying that, we're probably going to test 90K. We have some worries about stagflation, but gold is pushing higher, and Bitcoin can, generally has always seen a bigger breakout than gold 3 to 6 months later. Not to mention the realized volatility is hitting record lows, and generally when that hits record lows, a bigger move is coming. It has, bigger moves always follow this metric, just like bigger moves always follow gold pumping. So when you kind of compare, and network activity is down as well, which means, when this turns back, what basically I'm saying is that SEC is going away. They're saying, no, we're done. We'll leave you alone. No more heavy regulation. And as that's happening, ETFs are getting filed. As that's happening, Bitcoin is putting in metrics that lead into movement in the next 3 to 6 months. So what I'm saying, and kind of the thesis of the show, is that don't get distracted with the celebrity meme coins. Don't get distracted with Kanye. I hope you never bought Hawk Tua or any of that dumb shit. But basically what I'm saying is that right now is the time to focus on the weak coins in crypto. I did a video yesterday kind of talking about rationalizing my DCAs because I'm targeting coins that are a little weak right now when we're talking optimism. All right, we're all the way down here in the Fibonacci. And just because some of these coins underperformed last pump does not mean that's as high as they're going to go for the entire cycle. If optimism gets back to this cycle high, that's a 352% pump for optimism. If FET gets back to this cycle high, that is a 373% pump for FET. AVAX, 184% pump. And it's the same thing for Render, for NEAR, for Shiba, for the Graph. I'm targeting the weak coins because all the metrics are pointing towards we're not going to have the Grim Reaper regulation. The ETFs are going to get approved, which is only going to lead to more altcoins getting ETFs, which is going to lead to indexes. We need to get all the ETFs so we can eventually get the indexes. Why? 70% of the transactions in the stock market happen with indexes. It's a big, massive piece of the liquidity puzzle we don't have in crypto yet because we don't have all these assets available yet. It is coming. It is coming. It's happening before our eyes. All right. So there are also kind of a slight difference in my strategies. Some of the coins did put in higher highs, but even when you look at the coins that put in higher highs in November compared to the coins that did not, VeChain is still 163% away from its cycle high. Jasmine put in a higher high in November. It is still 197% away from the cycle high. You get my point. Similar situation with Algorand, but Hedera is kind of a stronger coin. But we do have, I did give you guys a local leverage trade idea for Hedera, and I also forgot to say what's our target? What's our target one, target two? I would say target one, 23.9. Not going to type. I'm just going to say them. 24.8, and then 25.8, and then the top 26.4, which is the next Fibonacci level. Right there, it's the 382. H bar is a little stronger on the fib than other projects. But to be fair, H bar is kind of cooking a mean bull div right now. Look at right here. We kind of got this kind of curvature. First of all, the curvature is really what you want to see, because eventually rounded bottoms, what do?
Rounded bottoms pay the bills.
Rounded bottoms pay the bills. And not to mention, so as this is kind of coming down, let's look at market cipher. This is a 12-hour for Hedera. Ooh, bullish divergence, anchor wave, trigger wave, pointing this way. All right, and that little RSI, they are kind of peaking up on the 12-hour there. We got a big time bull div on the 12-hour for H bar. Maybe this is the local bottom for some of these projects. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, that was my awareness alarm, not that. But yeah, when you kind of look at a lot of these coins, it kind of feels like they're right near like their previous local bottoms. Then when you look at, and this is kind of like to why I bought yesterday, even if things go down further, right? Let's use Jasmine as an example. Let me kind of get rid of these little circles really quick. Even if things go down further, what can we say about Jasmine's pumps? That every time, if you were to buy Jasmine inside of this range, between 1.5 to 2.5, right? 2.4, between one, let's say 1.5 and 2.5. If you were to buy Jasmine in this range, okay, now look at it like this. For the first time it pumped, you made 82%. The second time it pumped, you made 141%. Kind of showing that this is a value area for Jasmine. So if regardless of if it falls a little more or whatever, when it has another pump, which it will, this will be an area you wish you bought in, regardless of the perfect or not timing of the situation. People ask me, why did you buy yesterday? Because it lowered my average for every coin I bought. And I didn't buy Algorand because Algorand's a profit, because I bought a lot of Algorand at 12 cents. I tried. But yeah, so that's the kind of the overall look there. All in all, I think that definitely go check out that portfolio video if you haven't already. There's a lot of really, really good content in there in terms of, the reasoning behind buying a lot of the coins that I did yesterday. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. Also, I am going to, we're going to head to close the show out here pretty quickly, but I do want to say, guys, we do have the new Get Rich or Get Wrecked drop. This hoodie that I'm wearing right here, right now, it is the first Groger drop of the year. First one of the whole year. Could not be more excited. Dude, head over to cryptochips.io. You can get the hoodie or you can get the t-shirt. Both of them really high quality, really comfortable to wear, top-notch stuff. It's not just like a random hoodie. David puts effort into this stuff, and I could not be more excited to be dropping this. Also over here on Twitter, 5 people, if you want to get it for free, 5 people who follow, like, retweet this tweet, get the new shirt, plus 3 months in Telegram Alpha group. If you're already in the Alpha group, we'll just add it on to your subscription. So it's the first drop of the year. Certainly bullish on more. J Chains, I got to get you on. What's your size, J Chains? XL?
You know I'm a XL.
XL? Gotcha.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll get one for you.
Let's go.
Sweet, man.
Hey, you know what's cool about that? If you looked at the website, I think unless they saw you flip it over, that's going to be like a little Easter egg, because I didn't see that the picture shows you the Get Rich or Get Wrecked on the underside of the band.
Right.
That's like when you open it and you see it, you'd be like,
oh, shit. Yeah, that shit goes hard for sure. Did I miss Ondo, said Liep. But yeah, guys, definitely head over. I get distracted with the chat sometimes. Go cop that shirt. Get involved with the giveaway tweet. Have fun with it, kind of thing. Let's look at Ondo and then we'll call it a day.
Ondo, if I'm not mistaken, while we pull this up, Ondo's getting close to one of those zones where you should start to pay attention, because, like, I think somebody had mentioned earlier they got it for like $1.09 today. Like, if you get that thing around $1, like, that's a blessing.
Right. Oh, I'm on the wrong. I need to just create a new trading view. Ondo. Try to find out one I haven't messed with. This one doesn't go back far enough. Where's that now? That's not right. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a fib from this low. No. Maybe from... that kind of makes sense. I need one that goes back further. Okay. That's more like holy chart graffiti, AJ. But to be fair, this short was sick. The break of that trend, that was right on the money. 50% in 50 days. But basically, if we go from, it's kind of weird to draw the fib from down here. I know you guys can't see it, but that does make sense because it puts this level in the 786 compared to drawing it from, because I'm kind of looking at all of this as the same cycle compared to drawing it from here. It makes a lot more sense, the bigger draw there, because it also, this gets rejected at 382 and everything like that. So locally, it's, you know, going to test the golden pocket. Big surprise there. We got our local downtrend here. In terms of, there's not really much of a, if you wanted to draw like that, you could. There's not much of a local uptrend to go off of. That's kind of what I was trying to find, a pennant of some sort, but there's not really much to go off of. We are opened below the 200 EMA. First candle to really get down under it, which is nasty. There is some support resistance right by the 618. I think Ondo very well could be heading down to, you know, 94, 95 cents. Very possible. Yeah, this is looking bloody. Looking bloody. Yeah, we do, you know, have this local low. It's good to differentiate the Fibonacci from the actual levels themselves. For the record, how far is Ondo away from that? About 11% to the local low at 91.8. Something worth keeping an eye on. Look at it on the scalp level. Nothing really yells to go long here. I'm not really trying to catch this pressure trade. 4% in 4 hours. That's a nightmare of a trade. Yeah, man. I'm gonna watch this one. I'm gonna watch this one for sure. This is not a trade I'm really trying to get in at the moment. You want to even if you draw something like out like that, like get the local touches, to get the sharper edge of the downtrend, you're still like so far away. This is tough trading conditions for Ondo. I mean, unless you went short all the way up here, like based off of, you know, because there was this range, right? And it ranged in here for a while. I mean, this generally was what was that? 14% range for 9 days and 12, even longer than that. Hold on. It was in a 14% range for, oh, where's the break? Yeah, 11 days and 19 hours. 11 days and 19 hours, 14% range. And then from the break of that range, that's why I always tell you guys, we don't care about the range. We care about the break. The break of the range is where the money is made. Because if we went short from this point right here, 19% in a week. So, you know, obviously I'm not going to try to catch this falling knife. I'm at least going to want it to come up and double bottom and form some sort of, just blindly going long at this point is crazy. And to go short after it dumps for, you know, 20% in a week is all, it's kind of just like you're on the sides right now. You're either being patient for the bigger, you know, term of the bull run, or you're patiently on the sideline. That's how I'm navigating Ondo right now. I'm doing Ondo right now. Nothing.
Yeah,
I ain't touching anything with a stick right now.
I'm an Ondo bull, right?
Me too.
I am super bullish on Ondo long term. I'm doing the same thing, man. I'm not trading it right now. I am waiting. If we slip back below underneath $1, I'll probably add to my position. My position, most of it becomes between 50 cents and 72 cents. So it's not really advantageous for me to up my entry point, but I'll get some under $1 just because that's like a nice psychological level for me. But
yep,
that's it, man. I'm spot buying. I'm not trying to trade this right now.
Yep. I certainly think that, you know, when you look at the idea that I had with Jasmine, like, you know, anytime you get Jasmine in the, oh my God, I did it twice. Double top. Anytime you get Jasmine in this range, it's a good buy. All right. So let's have that same idea looking at the Ondo chart.
I bought a couple grand of Jasmine over the weekend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready for it to pop.
But looking at the Ondo chart, it kind of seems to me like, I know there's a lot of chart graffiti on this chart, but, you know, between the 618 and the 786, that kind of seems to be that level where this was a 52% pump, and from the 618 to the top was 133% pump. So it's kind of one of those deals where it's not even in that range yet. unless you're using the 0.5 to 618. Like if you're going to say anything under the 0.5 is a win, anything under this line, you could get away with that. But, I think there's a little bit more, I think, and especially looking at market cipher, man, this thing got a little further to fall because you see how the RSI is kind of still headed down. And I mean, look how deep this momentum wave is, and it still doesn't have a peak, a dot there yet in the middle. So yeah, this thing got a little further to fall, but we'll be patient. We'll give it time. Of course, the side camera just died on me. Damn it. I wanted to do another one of the things I do, but hey, it's all good. You guys rock. I appreciate each and every one of you. Jay Chains, thanks for your time, man. Any closing thoughts?
Man, just when in doubt, zoom out.
Yep.
Don't capitulate. If you haven't done it yet, don't do it now. We might see a little bit more blood, but that's just opportunity, man. For some of you guys who've been here, you know the ropes, like you know what this means. If it's your first time, don't panic. Just buy some more.
Yep. Don't trip, buy the dip, as a fine mail told me. But guys, Jay Chains, I do appreciate your time, man. Guys, everybody, make sure head over, pick up that new Groger hoodie. If you're in the Groger Nation, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all the things. If you're not trading on Bitunix yet, what the hell are you doing? Click the link down below. No VPN, no KYC, top shelf liquidity. Big shout out to all the people that make this show possible. All my sponsors, Bitunix, Market Cipher, VChain, VBetter, Algorand, Karate Combat. We'll be at the Karate Combat fight. I will be at ETH Denver. If you're in the house, make sure you come say hello. We are live streaming same time tomorrow. That will be the last live stream of the week, and then will be more content from the conference after that. So with all that being said, Jay Chains and I are out of here today. Have a safe rest of your day, everybody. Get rich or get wrecked. Peace. Later.